Bear Grylls, he is that real-life hero whom we all have seen doing such things in our childhood, which makes us feel proud, which we can never even dream of doing. He used to do it for real because of his strong mindset. But do you know Bear Grylls was never like this? This guy who looks fearless and strong, he has been weak from inside, weak, scared, anxious, and depressed. Bear Grylls writes in his autobiography, Mud, Sweat, and Tears. Fear forces you to look tough from outside, but makes you weak and weak from inside. Bear Grylls was most afraid of heights, which is known as acrophobia, but the miracle is that after a few years, in every episode of his show, he used to get down from helicopters from heights. And Bear Grylls has been a part of Special Forces SAS of UK, where he had a lot of experience of parachuting. He has jumped from planes many times. Bear Grylls was 21 years old. In 1996, during a mission to Zambia, he had jumped from a height of 16,000 feet. But this time his parachute did not open. As soon as he jumped in the sky, he opened the parachute at the right time, but still he was falling down fast. When he looked up, he realized that the parachute was not fully open. He started pulling the cords of the parachute in a hurry to somehow open the parachute fully. While doing all this, he fell on the ground while bumping against the trees, and in a moment of shock, he fell on his back, and as soon as he fell down, he felt a terrible pain. And the worst part was that even after falling from such a height, he was not able to move. He was just lying there and crying. He was hoping that his companions would come to save him, but the pain was so terrible that he could not bear it. He said that it was better to die, but he could not even die. He kept crying in pain for a long time. As soon as his companions took him to a hospital in foreign Africa, he remembers that the doctor gave him an injection on his back, and slowly his pain started reducing. He started thinking that he was getting better. He started trying to get up. Then the doctor came and told him that he could not walk anymore. Hearing this, the young 21-year-old Bear Grylls died. When he saw the x-ray, he could clearly see that the 3 bones of his back, T8, T10, and T12, were broken. These are the strongest bones of the human back. The young man who climbed the mountain could not even go to the bathroom. He said that it was not so painful to break so many bones after falling from the parachute that he had to bear. To stay in the hospital for a year, he was lying on the bed in the hospital. When he grew up, he used to think that he would never be able to walk. The reason and purpose of his life was adventure, to travel, to explore new places. This wound took away the reason to live from him. He could not sleep at night. He used to sweat due to anxiety. His breath used to swell. He used to feel sad every night. He used to feel pity on himself. He used to hate himself. 2 months had passed, but instead of improving his health, his condition was getting worse. The pain was increasing and the body was getting stiff. He became more negative. He did not like anything. He used to get angry and cry. Slowly, he started slipping deeper into depression. Those who know him used to think that Bear Grylls is a very positive guy. He is mentally tough. He will face this problem. But it was not like that. He was 21 years old and very scared. He was not able to understand how his future life would be. All his dreams were coming to an end. He was able to see. In the middle of the night, he saw a photo frame. It was a photo of Mount Everest. Bear Grylls and his father had a dream since childhood that one day they will climb Mount Everest. Seeing the dust on the photo frame, he felt as if there was dust on his dreams, which he could not bear. No one was with him. That night he was alone. He stood up bravely, and with the help of bears, he went to the photo frame and cleaned the dust, and he fell asleep thinking how he can give himself the courage to live. His subconscious mind, this thought stuck in his mind. This thought gave him the courage and gave him the hope to live. The next day when he woke up, he remembered his grandmother, who always used to say, whatever happens in life, it's good. He is the only person who finds the reason to make himself sad. Whenever you are in trouble, always remind yourself that whatever is happening by God's will, who never lets anything go wrong. This time he understood the depth of this and felt the truth that if he wanted, he could have died in this accident due to this injury, but because he is alive, it means God has made a better plan for him. After this, he stopped worrying about what will happen in his life. Will he be able to walk or not? Will he be able to work in the special force? He stopped worrying about all this when his overthinking reduced. His mind got peace. Then his stress and negativity also reduced before his body. He started repairing his mind. When his mind got strong, his body also started healing. His bones got stronger. He remembered one thing of his closest friend who once told him often in the call of God: birth, death, and then rebirth. And because of this injury, you got rebirth. Now I am like a newborn. I don't worry about anything, neither about my past nor my future. I am just grateful for my present. Bear Grylls says that life often doesn't give us another chance, but if it happens, be very grateful. He was grateful for his life, for his broken back, for his dreams. He took the picture of Mount Everest. I will touch the peak of Mount Everest. One thing that helped him the most from this depression was his goal, his aim. He didn't have any reason to live, but when he couldn't walk, he promised himself that he will climb Mount Everest. When he used to tell people around that he wants to climb Mount Everest, people used to ignore him, but his goal was very clear. He wanted to get well as soon as possible. His body and mind, both of them, got a goal on which they could work together. After the 3rd month of the accident, his pain started to reduce. After 8 months, he was discharged from the hospital. Within a year, he got well, but doctors told him that he can't train. In Special Forces, he had no job and no money, but to fulfill his dreams, he needed $2.5 million, where he trained to climb Mount Everest. He bought equipment for that, for which he wrote proposals to 250 companies for sponsorship, and all the companies rejected him. Even after facing 250 rejections, he didn't stop. Many doors were knocked, but again and again he was disappointed. Then SAFA Forces Help Organization helped him to fulfill his dream. 18 months after the parachuting accident on May 16, 1998, he fulfilled his childhood dream. His journey to climb Mount Everest is a different story. This journey wasn't that easy. 4 people with him lost their lives, and they faced near-death experience where they almost died. But somehow at the age of 23, they became the youngest person to reach the summit of Mount Everest. After this, their story became famous. People started inviting them as a speaker. Many documentaries were made on them, and finally they got that opportunity from Discovery, which gave them a worldwide fame, after which they were known as Man vs. Wild, and maybe you are one of them. So if you like this video, then click on the like and subscribe button and support this channel to grow, and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.